We have to get stronger, both of us, in order to face a mighty Otsutsuki. We need just as much power and resolve too. Welcome everyone, Sanjay Uchiha here, welcome back to the channel. And of course, shout out to everyone that came out for the end of month subscriber stream, at least yesterday as of this recording. But here we are again with a fresh spanking new Boruto discussion, coming off the heels of Boruto Manga chapter 69 that came out last week, and definitely check out my live reaction, or my live reaction review to that on the channel. I'll leave probably a link or something to it here somewhere. But yeah, here we are. Today we're talking about Sarada Uchiha and to a degree Mitsuki, because the statement that they made in the latest chapter of Boruto has me thinking, and the discussion regarding this topic of them catching up and acquiring more power enough so that they can contend with mighty Otsutsuki, as Mitsuki says it. Honestly, I think it's springboard for discussion within the community in terms of power progression for these characters. Now, before we get into it, of course, leave a like and let me know your thoughts on the latest chapter of Boruto, naturally, as well as your thoughts on how Sarada herself will be progressing in power, as well as Mitsuki. Now let's get into it. Now, of course, this video kind of stands, I'm doing this more of a discussion starter, spark discussion, start discussion, springboard to discussion, whatever you want to, phrase it as. And for the most part, this isn't the first time I've spoken about Sarada on the channel. Obviously, I talk about a lot of Boruto content here, but when it comes on to Sarada and Mitsuki, more so Sarada progressing in power, I think we really need to discuss it, because as I was saying to Akil on the end of month subscriber stream yesterday, if any of you guys actually tuned into that conversation, my concern is, I was trying to reinforce the point that the jump in power that Sarada needs to go through to actually get to that point is ridiculous. And I don't know if persons are writing it out and really thinking about it to really conceptualize that jump in power. So now I'm coming into this discussion thinking, yo, what can Sarada do? As I said, we've discussed her on the channel before, and stuff like Mangekyo Sharingan, probably getting Sasuke's eyes for EMS, 100 healings, get the seal and thing, and all of those are natural things that we kind of expect for her character going forward. But again, I want to kind of re-emphasize the jump in power, because not only does she need to get to the level of the 6 paths characters by the end of the 4th Great Ninja War, despite what's shown on camera in the episodes, in the chapters, on paper Naruto and Sasuke are still even stronger than they were in the 4th Great Ninja War. And we see that compared to at least the latest mighty Otsutsuki that we had to face, which is Isshiki, they were still nothing in the grand scheme of things. And now we have characters that are potentially on par with, are close to, relatively speaking, in almost the same ballpark as Isshiki. So I know the thing is, it's one thing to introduce brand spanking new characters that are at this ridiculous level of power, that's one thing, but having characters that have already been established and making them progress in a way that makes sense, that doesn't break the story, is another thing. And that's my concern for where Sarada Uchiha is concerned. And I'm kind of starting to wonder what Kishimoto is going to do to actually push her to that level. Because the thing is, of course, as they said in the chapter, and it's kind of in line with what I've been saying even before the chapter, where Sarada and Mitsuki would talk about or use their frustration as motivation towards getting to the next level, training for the time skip and all of that. And so said, so done, they're expressing their frustrations and how they haven't been able to help out Boruto in a lot of the latest events. And talking about it, and my predictions of them feeling frustrated coming true is one thing, but getting them reasonably speaking to that level is a next. So I think I want to use this video to kind of re-emphasize the distance that Sarada really needs to close right now. Now I know it's shonen, and especially when it's a spin-off sequel, power progression, power cliffing, whatever term it really is, I mean, new main characters are more going to progress at a much faster rate than old characters or whatever. Because I mean, even within Naruto's generation, I mean, Naruto and Sasuke compared to a lot of persons that are much older than them from previous generations. They've caught up to them and surpassed them within a fair amount of time. I mean, they had health, but it is what it is. But Sarada, it's a bit different. I think it's a bit more ambiguous what she can actually do to get to that level. And is it going to become a case where Lady Tsunade have finally caught up to them? That type of moment where obviously Sakura didn't catch up to Naruto and Sasuke, but she was in a position to lend credible support from a medical standpoint on the battlefield for Naruto and Sasuke. And I'm wondering if Sarada is going to fall victim to the same type of deal, where she can lend only certain type of support to the field where Kawaki and Boruto is concerned. Now, of course, one thing I am expecting, if some middle ground, is that of course I am expecting her to get to some level of power, if even the middle to the top tiers of the Fort Great Ninja War, so at least she can probably do some team or tactics play off other team members like Mitsuki or Boruto, to at least give her a lot to do. And of course, she's more of the combative type, more so than Sakura, I would say, in terms of versatility. So at least from that standpoint, if she gets to that level, then utilizing her as tactics, I imagine she will have her one-on-one matches here and there, but using her to play off Boruto, Kawaki in terms of teamwork, more of a Black Clover kind of teamwork kind of setting, it at least will allow us, the audience, to say, okay, yeah man, she's making some strides. She is much more than useful. It's not gonna be a Shippuden situation where a character, like a lot of the side characters in Shippuden, were seemingly sidelined. It's not gonna be a case like that, and I think that could work. For now, until Kishi and Ikimoto probably come with something substantial that makes me believe that she can close the gap between, say, she and probably in 4 years time in universe she gets up to Naruto's level in the last Naruto the movie, or even adult Naruto. Until then, I just can't see it. And I thought more so about Sarada more so than Mitsuki, because I think Mitsuki has a clearer set of tools to use to actually push himself to another level. Because if we were to take the anime and manga into consideration, based on what we know he has a problem with siege mode. So we know overcoming that, mastering that, and potentially exploring anything that Kishimoto didn't get to explore with siege mode per se during Naruto's run, Mitsuki has the potential to exploit all of that to head to uncharted levels that we've probably never seen with this character before, that could probably match him with the the top of the top from the Fort Great Ninja War to even now in Boruto more than likely. So I'm less worried about Mitsuki, and this is why I'm more worried about Sarada's character when it comes on to power progression, her being useful, having utility, and being able to play off and support her team and ease her frustrations. And that kind of plays a part of her whole character arc to becoming Hokage as well. So it's more from a power standpoint. There's some nuance to it. It's not as black and white as I just need her to get strong. So that's the thing at the end of the day. I want to know what you guys would suggest. Again, as I said, yeah, 100 healings, Mangekyo Sharingan, Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, all nice things. More training, combining her movesets. I do see her being more so on the level of the mid to top tiers of the Fort Great Ninja War. Fine, I think that's a reasonable bargain within say 3 to 4 years within universe. Yeah, fine. But even the top tiers of the Fort Great Ninja War and the top tiers that are there now in Boruto, that is still a wide margin. So I want to know. Of course, I have gone on record in the past and said, the use of scientific ninja weapons, which would be in line with, the theme of technology and science in Boruto, kind of having something to supplement. I'm not saying turn Sarada into a cyborg, no, but something to supplement and still have some tactics to it that kind of complements Sarada's moveset, if you know what I mean. And there are other things that can potentially factor in. I did do a video forever ago talking about chakra fusion based on what I believe Baryon mode truly, the true essence of Baryon mode is, and what Kishimoto could potentially introduce because of Baryon mode. Chakra fusion, it's a possibility. I know it sounds Dragon Ball-esque and all of that, but I mean, given how the I'll link that video so you can definitely check out my thoughts on that. But I just wanted to use this video, as I said, as a conversation starter with you guys and the wider community regarding the progression of Sarada in a way that's believable and a way that doesn't break the story and say, yo, dog, that was bullshit, or you know, what kind of foolish this are, or something, you know. So it's more along the lines of that. But let me know what you think. I hope you guys are enjoying your day. This should be going up on Monday or maybe late Sunday night, give or take. But let me know what you think. And are my concerns regarding being more concerned about Sarada than Mitsuki, does that make sense? Let me know. Anyway, Sarada Uchiha here, guys. Definitely check out my, well, I guess some Boruto videos here, there, and there. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you guys have an awesome day.